The movie begins with Sergei Kravinoff, known as Kraven the Hunter, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, being transported to a prison in Russia. After taking out 2 inmates outside, he is brought to meet crime boss Semyon Chorny, Yuri Kolokolnikov. Craven introduces himself, but Chorny dismisses the hunter as mere legend. In a fierce act, Craven snatches a tooth from a tiger skin rug and proceeds to slash Chorny's henchman, eventually jabbing the tooth into Chorny's neck. He then kills another inmate, using the body as a decoy to escape from the prison. The narrative shifts back 16 years to a young Sergei, Levi Miller, and his brother Dmitri, Billy Barrett. They are picked up from school by their father, mob boss Nikolai Kravinoff, Russell Crowe, who informs them that their mother has taken her own life, a loss that Sergei holds Nikolai responsible for. Nikolai takes his sons on a hunting trip with his crew, which includes Alexei Sitsevich, Alessandro Nivola, who aspires to join Nikolai's criminal enterprise but is deemed unworthy by him. Nearby, a teenage girl named Calypso Ezeli, Diana Babnikova, is with her grandmother, exploring tarot cards. The hunting group encounters a lion that viciously attacks Sergei, nearly killing him. Calypso witnesses the attack and tends to his injuries. And as a drop of lion's blood enters Sergei's system, it begins to alter his DNA. Although doctors at the hospital declare him dead, Sergei's modified DNA activates, bringing him back to life moments later. Nikolai brings Sergei home shortly after his revival. Deciding to escape, Sergei leaves Dmitri to confront their father alone. He retreats into the woods, only to find himself caught in a wildebeest stampede. The animals rush past him, and one wildebeest, blocked by Sergei, waits for the others to clear before it can move on. Moments later, Sergei discovers most of the wildebeest dead, their horns removed. He encounters 2 hunters, likely a father and son, who threaten him and demand he leave. In response, Sergei grabs a knife from the ground and throws it into the older hunter's head before brutally beating the younger one to death with his bare hands. In the present, Craven continues his mission to hunt down criminals with animal-like enhancements, such as increased senses and the ability to connect with animals. He receives a message from Dmitri, Fred Heckinger, asking if he will attend his birthday. Later, Craven intercepts a convoy of mercenaries trying to enter a protected area to hunt animals. When they push forward, he infiltrates their van and kills them, even biting off one man's nose. The mercenary leader escapes and runs to his employer, believing Craven has been dealt with, only to find Craven sitting in the boss's chair, having already killed him. Craven then fires a crossbow, impaling the leader with an arrow before departing. Calypso, Ariana DeBose, has become a lawyer and learns that her close friend and colleague was murdered by Chorny's men. Craven approaches her, revealing himself as the boy she saved, and tells her that he is the hunter, responsible for taking down major criminals like Chorny. Alexei is now a mercenary working alongside his associate, Bahari Damola Adelaja. Discovering Craven's feats, he views this as a chance to infiltrate Nikolai's criminal empire. Alexei and Bahari reach out to other criminals to recruit them. But when they refuse, Alexei reveals his mutation, which hardens his skin, transforming him into the Rhino, a state he maintains control over with a serum. Alexei's gunmen kill all but 2 of the criminals, and one of them dispatches the other to secure a position with Alexei. Nikolai hosts a birthday party for Dmitri at a nightclub where Dmitri performs as a pianist and singer. The henchman who joined Alexei approaches Nikolai with intentions to have him killed, but Nikolai uses the goon as a shield during a shootout, resulting in numerous casualties among both Alexei's and Nikolai's men. Later, Craven surprises Dmitri with an unexpected visit to his apartment, where the two enjoy a friendly dinner, until Nikolai arrives and disrupts the moment. Dmitri is subsequently kidnapped by Alexei's henchmen. Craven pursues them on foot through the city, breaking through windows and scaling walls in an attempt to catch up, but they manage to escape. Later, Nikolai receives Dmitri's severed finger and is given 48 hours to pay a $20 million ransom for his son's return. Realizing his father will likely not comply, Craven turns to Calypso for assistance in rescuing his brother. An outsider coerces a man into providing Calypso with false information designed to trap Sergei. Calypso relays the details about Dmitri's supposed location to Sergei, prompting him to infiltrate a Turkish monastery. There, he skillfully avoids ambushes and snipers to confront the suspected kidnapper, Omer Ozdemir. Before they can become buried under the collapsing ruins of the damaged monastery, Omer admits that Alexei Sitsevich is the true mastermind behind Dmitri's abduction. Sergei narrowly escapes the impending avalanche and calls Calypso to warn her that their lives are at risk. While Dmitri remains captive, Alexei reveals to him that Sergei was the intended target of the kidnapping, but they took Dmitri instead because his brother wasn't present. Alexei shows Dmitri surveillance footage from a Russian prison as proof that Sergei is Craven. Aware that he's on Craven's hit list, Alexei decides to pursue Sergei first. He explains how biochemist Miles Warren created the serum that transforms him into Rhino, and suggests that they partner to take over Dmitri's father's territory. However, Dmitri declines to betray his family. Craven assists Calypso in escaping her law firm when Alexei's goons come after her. They fly to the jungle where Craven knows Dmitri is being held. While there, they encounter a wildcat that Craven remembers from her cub days, and he spends some time wrestling with her before he and Calypso continue their journey. Once the foreigner arrives, Alexei Craven's men watch and discover it is close. The foreigner confronts Craven in the forest and shoots him with a dart containing a potent toxin, causing Craven to hallucinate that he is surrounded by spiders, the closest nod to Spider-Man that we get. The foreigner fires 2 more darts at him and prepares to finish him off when Calypso shoots an arrow through the foreigner's eye. She then uses her voodoo elixir to heal Craven and return him to his feet. Alexei transports Dmitri with a caravan. In response, Craven sends a scramble of wild animals after them. Harry was thrown from the truck and impaled on the horns of one of the animals. Alexei then completely turns into a unicorn and faces Craven. The two are locked in a fierce battle amid scrambling chaos as Craven struggles to penetrate harsh rhino skin. When the rhino lifts it from its neck, Craven discovers the injection site where Alexei receives the serum and weakens the wound. Weakening it, Craven then tied Alexei to the wires and threw him into the scramble, where he was run over to death. Alexei eventually succumbs to his injuries. Craven eventually confronts Nikolai in the woods, realizing that it was Nikolai who sent Alexei footage of his prison escape, revealing his identity. This was part of Nikolai's scheme to provoke Craven into killing Alexei, knowing that Dmitri would be an easy target and that Craven would do anything to rescue him. In retaliation, Craven stealthily takes the bullets from all of Nikolai's rifles before leaving, just as a bear arrives to attack and kill the defenseless Nikolai. Later, Craven meets Dmitri at the nightclub, where a disagreement arises regarding the direction of their lives. Dmitri accuses Craven of being just like their father, another man in pursuit of a trophy. As Dmitri begins to walk away, Craven follows him, but when Dmitri turns around, he has transformed into his brother. Dmitri now wears a suit given to him by Dr. Warren, enabling him to shapeshift into anyone and assume the identity of the Chameleon. The brothers bitterly part ways once more. When Craven returns home, he finds a package and a note from Nikolai. The note emphasizes that Craven is much like Nikolai, a hunter. Craven then opens the gift, revealing a vest adorned with animal pelts. He puts it on and gazes at his reflection in the mirror.